Today I'm here with Eleanor Ashton of Homeward Bound. Eleanor, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and your role there at Homeward Bound.
Sure. So I'm the Senior Resource Development Director, and our department deals with resources. So we are in charge of fundraising, events, in-kind donations through our donation center, and volunteerism, which is a very strong resource that we have.
Now tell me about the needs in the society that Homeward Bound fills.
Homeward Bound's mission is to prevent and end homelessness in our community through permanent housing and support. So last year we have an A-Hope Day Center, which is our homeless day center. It's the only one in the region. And last year, 3,600 people came through the doors of A-Hope. Luckily, the vast majority are just temporarily homeless. They've had a job loss, a divorce, they have had a housing crisis, they ended up homeless. And through support from family and friends, often they resolve their homelessness. We tend to deal with the 25% that are chronically homeless, that have been unhoused for a year or more and have at least one disabling condition. Often it's PTSD, it's mental illness, could be drug use.
So many different factors involved.
Factors. But the one thing they all have in common is they don't have the support system that you and I would have if we ran into a housing crisis.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So tell me about the services that Homeward Bound offers to help that problem out.
Sure. Primarily, we find permanent housing for folks that are experiencing homelessness, and we support them with case management services. So what it could look like is somebody who's homeless heard about our A-Hope Day Center. They come there, they have an intake, and we get them into our system. And we set them up with a housing plan. So as you can imagine, in Asheville, where affordable housing is very limited, it isn't a quick fix. But immediately we will start working with them and provide any other resources that they might need. If it's clothing, perhaps they go to Haywood Street Congregation. If it's food, Man a Food Bank. If it's mental health counseling, RHA. If it's legal needs, Pisca Legal Services. So we partner with a lot of different nonprofits in the community.
And is this a technique that would work for other organizations across the country who are battling homelessness?
Absolutely. So the technique or approach we use is housing first. And that's exactly what it sounds like. We believe in finding housing first before you provide other support structures like finding a job and that type of thing. If you are living outside and unhoused, you are struggling just to survive.
Right.
So once you get into housing, your stress levels drop, you start eating better, sleeping better, your general well-being improves, and then you are open for services that can help you with jobs.
Yeah. If I were living outside, finding a job would not be the first priority on my list.
Exactly. You don't even have a place to take a shower. And if you've got kids, you don't have daycare to send your kids. You don't have a vehicle to get there. So it's a multi-layered issue.
Yeah. So what can the public do to help?
Well, right now, an immediate need that we have is, funding is always a need that we have. Because as you can imagine, we get a lot of grants, but they don't pay for everything. And we have to pay rent for folks. We have to pay upfront deposits, that type of thing, to get them into housing. But our A-Hope Day Center is under renovation right now. So, and due to COVID, only 10 people at a time can come in.
That's rough.
So a lot more people are going to be outside this winter, and it's expected to be a cold winter. So we're looking for coats, hats, socks, scarves, warm clothing.
And do blankets help, or just warm clothing?
Yeah, blankets help a lot, especially those Mylar blankets that are easily, they can carry on their back and travel with. Many of the, also tents, camping equipment. Many of the folks that we serve are camping. You
Mhm.
know, that's how they live outside.
Okay.
So any type of camping gear is really important.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good. So what's the best way for the public to reach you if they want to help out with these things?
Really, our website is very informative. www.homewardboundwnc.org. We have a donation center in Woodfin where they can drop off in-kind donations. We're always looking for furniture, toilet paper, paper towels, you know, detergent, consumable products. When we move somebody into a home, we put them in a fully furnished home, and we give them what we call a move-in box, which has detergent and dishwashing soap and
Excellent.
you know, sheets and pillowcases. So those are all the things that we need. And they can be donated at our Welcome Home Donation Center at 215 Elk Park Highway.
And that's in Woodford.
And that's it.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, this has been so informative, and I really appreciate everything you guys do for the homeless in
Yeah.
Asheville, and you know, there's such a great need.
It certainly is. Yeah. And there's an expected increase in homelessness because of COVID and because of unemployment. It is expected to increase 40%.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we really need the community. Homelessness is a community issue, and it takes a village to solve it.
And you've given us several ways that we can help, things that we can contribute,
Yes.
funds. If you look at all the different ways to help, what's the number one that you need right now? Would that be funding?
Funding. Funding is usually to fill the gaps that the grants don't fill. That we can use. Also volunteers.
Yeah.
Definitely we need volunteers. It's a little limited right now because of COVID.
Okay.
But A Hope is being renovated. That should be done by the end of December. And then a world of volunteerism will open up. But we're always looking for people to make sandwiches, to
Nice.
do donation drives for us. That's something faith communities can do, communities can do, and individuals can do.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you for taking some time to come and speak with me this morning. Just as a small token of my appreciation for the time that you're committing here to me today, I am donating a gift certificate for a psychic reading or a mediumship reading.
Nice.
So you've brought some names with you
I
of
have.
some top staff or volunteers.
Yes, I actually have brought two names, and one is a top staff, Amber, who let me know as I was leaving to come do this interview that she loves psychic readings.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, she's our communications director. And then Kelly Pierce, who's a wonderful volunteer. She volunteers at our donation center. She's also chair of our resource development committee. So
Okay. So you brought two names to choose from?
I did.
Well, you know what? Let's put away the hat. I'm going to give you two gift certificates.
Oh, aren't you wonderful? Oh, thank you. They will love
You're
that.
welcome.
They're both outstanding people.
Good, good.
Oh,
Oh, good.
great. Thanks so much, Kelly.
Well, thanks again for coming. Anything else you'd like to say?
Just that we really, homelessness is a community issue, and it does take the community to solve it. And our community is wonderful here in Asheville, and so we just love the help. Contact us, see how you can be involved. Of course, financial donations, like any nonprofit, are very helpful, and just your prayers and your support.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.